and welcome to WRPV and WRPV Studios. And, we live in strange times and they're constantly changing, but certain things don't change. And I'm 63, and I remember in Brooklyn going to play miniature golf and going to the batting cages and the go-karts and all the cool stuff we used to do. And I didn't think that you can find that anywhere. With me is Steve Coy from 76 Golf World.
Yes, how you doing today?
I am great. So it's called Golf World, but really it's more of everything world for entertainment.
It is. Actually, we started off with golf in mind, and it evolved into more of a family entertainment center. So,
all right, so what do we got there that we can do? So someone has 2 kids, what are they're going to come out there, and what are they going to be able to do?
Well, the original concept was with the driving range and the golf course, the kids would always ask, Dad, Mom, can I go with you? And it was always no. So the concept was, okay, let's go ahead and now the father can bring the kids with them, and while he's hitting golf balls or playing golf, the kids can play miniature golf, batting cages, go-karts, different other attractions that we have on site, an arcade, and then also the snack bar. So that's kind of how the premise kind of came around and developed from there. So it was much to our surprise.
Well, I guess it morphed into something that became a family park.
Yes.
Okay, so that, and I get it because when I used to do events, I would put like this globe that you touch and the electric thing, only because people came with their kids. And I was selling, and if the kids didn't have something, they'd walk away and pull the family away. So it didn't pay. So now you have something to keep the kids busy so that the parents can do what they choose to do, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
How long are you doing this?
This is our 31st year. We started in 1990, and so February 14th was our 31st anniversary.
Wow. So it was a Valentine's Day business.
Yes, actually, we do little specials, the Sweetheart specials for mini golf, and so every holiday we do a little take on something, a firecracker special with the go-karts on July 4th, so we try to incorporate something along with the holiday.
What's interesting is that things over the years have changed, but there are certain things that I hate to say don't change, and driving golf balls don't change. Okay, miniature golf is miniature golf. It's not really going to change. Batting cages are batting cages, and go-karts are go-karts. I guess your only real changes would be in your arcade because the video games have changed over the years.
Yes, and it's the different systems that come up. It used to be coin-operated games, and now they, unbeknownst to me with all this technology, they buy a credit card basically, and,
right.
and they just swipe. They put money on the cards, and they just swipe the games, and the tickets come off automatically. They count it, so we don't have to count tickets anymore. So it's really fast-tracked the arcade for us. And
okay, so what do you think the average stay time there is? So I get there at noon. How long am I going to stay?
Depending on what you want to do, if you play miniature golf, our miniature golf it's not your typical miniature golf where most putt-putts are like the holes are 20 foot long. Our holes on average probably run around 30 to 40 feet.
Oh wow, okay.
So so you're going to play, if you're an avid miniature golfer, probably 45 minutes to play 18 holes of golf. We actually have 36 holes, and we do have a lot of seniors that come out, and they'll play both courses, and you get a discounted rate for the
right.
second course, of course, but for exercise, so it's because it is up on the hill on the one course, and the other one's a little flatter, a little bit easier to get around.
So I'm going to guess that the par for some of those holes are a little bit more than the 2 and
par 4s.
Yeah, 2 and 3s for the shorter holes.
So yes, that's correct, and it's a little bit more challenging. We used to, years ago, we used to have LPGA and PGA players would come out and they would be betting on the miniature
really?
golf. Yes, and so there was. I don't know if I should use their names, but
no, don't. We don't condone betting, gambling. Just saying, unless you're in a gambling.
But they're friends of mine, so But they would have a lot of fun, and they would take it quite seriously, and have a good time.
Golfers take golf quite seriously.
Yeah.
I've interviewed a couple of golfers. I covered the Honda Classic a couple of times. I had a couple of golf pros that I've interviewed. They take it serious.
Very competitive. Yes, they are.
You know, it's funny because I had a fishing show on the station for 17 years. And for me, I like to go fishing, and if I don't catch anything, I'm okay. But they're like so focused, and oh my God, I got away, blah, 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 blah. You know, some people get really serious about the stuff that they do.
Darts, pool.
Yeah.
I mean, anything.
But some do it for the fun.
You know, yeah.
You know, and some do it as competition. And I'm very competitive, but except when it comes to fishing, to me that's just a way to ground myself. I used to come out to 76 Golf World and play. I did the batting cages. I never played miniature golf there. Okay, I didn't do the driving range. I played some games in the arcade, but I did the batting cages a lot. And I'm not even good at it, but I did it a lot, thinking I would get better. But I didn't get any better. It's just the way it is. And when it comes to golf driving ranges, we used to go all the time. We weren't golfers, so we'd go to swing at the ball, and it would go off to the left, and it would go off to the right, and some would go straight, and we were like, "Woo, we went straight, we went straight." So that was kind of cool. All right, so a lot changes over time as the technology in the arcade changed. So you also have a snack bar. What do you serve there?
Basically finger food, pizza, hamburgers, hot dogs.
Chicken fingers, right?
Chicken fingers,
And
ice cream.
Okay.
It's pretty much, a little bit finger foods. Now that they have the restaurants right across the street now, basically, and they can pick up something to eat and before they come. But mostly it's candy bars and just more or less finger food that's really easy and quick.
I lived down that way. And that area's changed because they built, I think, a Popeyes. The racetrack was built there, and that was like my racetrack because I would get on 95, and you're right off of 95.
Right, about a half mile east on Canner Highway.
Right.
So.
Is Canner Highway 76? Is that
State Road 76 or
Okay.
Canner Highway? Yes.
So you have this thing. You have, I guess, because it's in the basic entertainment industry. So you probably have a lot of young kids helping out.
We do. We get a lot of them. I think it's like bragging rights when a kid gets hired for us to work the go-karts. So I get the job at 76 Golf World. So they're usually enthusiastic about first coming on and enjoying running the go-karts and having their peers come out and seeing them.
Because you were in the entertainment industry. My first job was an usher at a movie theater. And if I could make a living at that, I would still be doing it today because it was just a great job. And this industry is a great industry. And you're right. There is something about, Mary who's 17 or 16 or 17 or 18 working there, and her friends come by. There's something really, you kind of stand on a pedestal because you're there and you control it. And they love that. They love it. What I found interesting was I thought go-karts would be your biggest, most popular thing, but it's not. It's really the miniature golf.
Yeah, it's actually the miniature golf. I think because of it's very plushly decorated with landscaping, waterfalls, and it's, like I said, it's not your typical 20-foot holes. So, especially at nighttime, we're lit at nighttime. The driving range is lit as well. So it's just a nice evening activity for a date night or just to bring your kids out, just to relax, get outside. But the miniature golf, we have a lot of compliments from that. That's
so cool. And I was telling him because when I was a kid, we used to play miniature golf all the time. And when I got older, the whole thing of miniature golf kind of went by the wayside. Didn't know many people still play miniature golf, but I guess they do.
Well, pleasantly surprised and happy.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But we've had actually, we had a Tiger Woods commercial shot at Golf World for the United States Golf Association for the slow play. So there was While We're Young commercial
Wow.
that played during the U.S. Open. It was Tiger Woods, and then we also had Rory McIlroy come out and shoot a commercial out on the miniature golf as well. So the PGA of America appreciates our facility as well, and we have had a lot of commercials shot out there.
That's pretty cool. See,
So-
now I would never know that. You know, well, things have changed because there was a lot of construction on that road, which
Yeah.
made that road pretty much a nightmare like every road with construction. So, but really, you have a lot of frontage that you can see as you're driving by, especially now. It is, miniature golf was a great date night. And now it's like all coming back to me on how much fun I had playing miniature golf. The arcades, I'm from Brooklyn. We used to go to the Penny Arcade in Coney Island. Nowadays, it's not Penny Arcade anymore. Things have changed a little.
Well, I grew up in the carnival business, and we actually had rides at Coney Island.
Oh, did you?
Back in the 60s.
I was there.
So yeah.
I was there.
So,
Went to Coney Island Beach.
not me. So,
Did you-
wasn't old enough.
Did the Cyclone, which is my favorite roller coaster of all times. There was an animal nursery across the street that had a bunch of different animals inside. There was the big arcade, and of course, the thing that brought almost everybody was Nathan's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I remember all that stuff and the beach and stuff like that. But until I reconnected with you, I can't imagine that I've thought about going to play miniature golf forever. And I used to love it because you're right. It's if you go with two kids, it's an hour night.
Yeah.
Okay, keeping two kids busy for an hour is a great thing, and it's not something they get bored of because every hole is different.
Correct. And even though some pars are longer,
Mhm.
the second course, the one that we call the Eagle's Nest, is up on the mountain and goes through a cave. The holes are a little shorter over there, and there's a lot of hole-in-ones. So the kids really enjoy getting getting the hole-in-ones.
Okay.
So
I'm 63.
a lot of excitement.
I would love to get a hole in one. It's like, hey, I got a hole in one. How cool is that? You know, on the bank shots we used to do, and we thought we knew what we were doing, but as kids we didn't know. But we had a good time doing it. And what's really cool is we would play miniature golf, and then we would leave. But at 76 Golf World, you can play miniature golf. You can go inside and get a hot dog and then play at some of the games, the arcade, or go on the go-kart. There's really not much like it up here.
No, and when we did all-day passes, we would have families that would come out and play miniature golf in the morning, and then maybe we didn't have as much food, and they would go have lunch, and then they would come back, and they would make the whole entire day of it. I just met a woman a few months ago that she couldn't believe she met the owner of 76 Golf World. So, which I'm not technically the owner, but the family is own business. But she just couldn't believe it, and when she met me, and she said, "You're the reason why my family moved to this area, because we loved miniature golf." And she was from Virginia, and and she's showing me pictures on her phone of all of her family playing miniature golf and all that. So
How cool is that?
so we're happy we put out a good product, and we're happy with everything, and
That's great. All right, we're getting to the top of our time. What's the website? You have a website?
we have a website. It's golfworld76.com.
Okay, so it's a little backwards from 76 Golf World.
Well, when we first kind of got into the business, everybody was buying up those domain names
Right.
back in the day, and so we weren't that computer literate at the time. So we ended up, I think if you type in 76golfworld.com, I think it'll still come up. I think we ended up getting it back, but I just want to make sure the original one.
You have a
was
phone
that
number
one.
there? So people can call?
Our phone number is 772-220-7676, and we are open 7 days a week, weather permitting, because we are outdoors. But just if we do have
What's your
inclement
hours?
weather, please call ahead. We open at 10 o'clock every morning. Right now we have COVID hours, so during the weekdays, Sunday through Thursday, We open at 10. The go-karts generally open at 4. We open a little earlier this week because it's Easter. But we open at 4 o'clock, and then we stop selling at 8 o'clock, and the last sale is 8 o'clock, and then we close the gates at 9. And then on Friday and Saturday, the last sale will be at 9 o'clock, and we close the gates at 10.
Stephen, I want to thank you for coming on. It's great that you're able to entertain people in this area. It's a gem to find in this area. 76 Golf World, guys, check it out. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate it very much, and
No
just
problem.
remember, if you're not smiling, you're not having fun.
There you go. Everybody have a great day. We'll be right back.